Hey everybody, this is Deb with Truthification Chronicles, and I've got several headlines to share with you. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on any one of them, but I want to just give you an overview. I'll leave all the links down below so you can go ahead and research them and watch them for yourself or read the articles. So the first thing is this particular monologue from the 2020 Golden Globes. If you haven't heard this, you really need to listen to it. It's 8 minutes long and it is well worth the listen to. You will hear more truth in this 8 minutes than you would hear in like a year on CNN. So there's some pretty important things in here, and if you listen carefully, you can pick out what he's really saying to them. If you watch the expressions, because they did pan the audience a little bit, some of them are none too happy about what he's saying. And there was a reason behind it, because he was speaking truth. And so this article is from Breitbart, and it's on that. And I'll tell you, he did roast the Hollywood elite here, because he went through and said things that needed to be said, but, you know, nobody has had the audacity to be able to say them yet. And this is one, I'm not going to link to this one down below, but you'll be able to see it as I read through this. But this was one of the comments that he made. In this room are some of the most important TV and film directors in the world. People from every background, but they all have one thing in common. They're all terrified of Ronan Farrow. He's coming for you. Talking about all you perverts, it was a big year for pedophile movies. Surviving R. Kelly, Leaving Neverland, The Two Popes. Okay, so if you look at this, this Anon says, I think Anons are missing this spicy dig Gervais took last night. The Epstein joke was good, which you probably have already seen, but if you haven't, you know, just watch that video and you'll hear it. This is even better. The most important TV and film directors in the world are terrified of Ronan Farrow. Why is that? And why would he be coming for them? Did they all rape him and they fear his revenge? Is he the bridge between all of these perverted directors and the cabal? Let's dig a bit and find out. Ronan Farrow, born 1987, son of Mia Farrow and Woody Allen. He was accelerated in grade school, attending the Center for Talented Youth. He went on to study at Bard College at Simon's Rock and Bard College, graduating at age 15. Bard College was heavily funded by its trustee Cornelius Vanderbilt in its early years. Graduate of Yale Law School in 2009, interned at Davis Polk and Wardwell Law Firm. A former named partner of the firm, Francis Stetson, was the chief counsel to John Pierpont Morgan. During this time, he and the firm helped Morgan restructure Pennsy Railroad and create GE. DP&W still keep J.P. Morgan Chase and Morgan Stanley as clients. After graduating from Yale, he joined the Obama administration as special advisor for humanitarian and NGO affairs, think Soros, in the office of the special representative for Afghanistan and Pakistan under Richard Holbrooke. He went on to be appointed by Hillary Clinton to the newly created Special Advisor for Global Youth Issues. Her justification was to refocus on youth following the Arab Spring. He left the government and went to write op-eds as a journalist. He even had one of those, quote, Penguin Press book deals, which, they've been using those book deals to launder money, to channel money towards certain people. Farrow went on to write targeted hit pieces, including a report on Harvey Weinstein's misconduct published in The New Yorker. He also released an article with Jane Mayer targeting Eric Schneiderman and revealing his misconduct. Schneiderman resigned as a result, and Herr Cuomo assigned a special prosecutor to investigate. Next, he targeted Leslie Moonves, CEO of CBS, claiming 6 women accused him of abuse. Finally, he targeted Brett Kavanaugh, being one of the conduits for Christine Blasey Ford to levy her allegations against him. So, I guess it's clear the reason for the joke. Farrow targeted many powerful directors in the TV and film, but it's rather obvious this guy from the beginning was a made man, being propped up for success. He went to a school funded and created by the Vanderbilts. He interned at a law firm funded and risen to prominence by J.P. Morgan. He was in the Obama administration as a special advisor for humanitarian and NGO affairs, Soros. He worked under Hillary Clinton in a specially created position to focus on youth. Then he was wielded like a weapon to target enemies of all of the above, Kavanaugh, or target their own for strategic liquidation, Schneiderman, Weinstein, and Moonves, to create distractions from more nefarious deeds. The most interesting piece of data to pull from this is the Center for Talented Youth. If you remember the Galileo School for Gifted Learning down the street from suspected trafficking front, Todd's Quality Tomatoes in Sanford, Florida, a lot of shills and warning fags were pushing us away from investigating Galileo. I think it's part of their system of rearing their own or identified, quote, gifted children into the program. Cabal pawns players. Either way, the Center for Talented Youth is a who's who of current Cabal stooges. Alumni include Lady Gaga, Sergey Brin, Mark Zuckerberg, various polls in politicians, including Andrew Yang, and a litany of fellowships and scholars. So a simple joke and a simple dig reveals the mechanisms that the Cabal uses to train and instill their members and pawns into industry and politics. So I wanted to share that one with you. Now, that isn't Anon saying that, but I think he really has done his research on it. I think this is a very insightful post. And then we go to this one. This was something that Mike Pompeo, in one of his interviews recently, kind of let slip. And it was that Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, that should say Mike, reveals that Nigerian President General Buhari and his corrupt administration has offered the U.S. Democratic Party the sum of $500,000 U.S. dollars to aid the Senate impeachment of Trump. Isn't that something? Yeah, talk about foreign interference. So, yeah, I wanted to share that one. And then this is a website. It's the United States government I'm sorry, I'm really tired, and I'm not going to have time to edit this or energy to edit it, really. So I'm, leaving a lot of this stuff in. I'm sorry. United States Office of Government Ethics, preventing conflicts of interest in the executive branch. It's a very interesting site, and you can go through and find records for various people. So, yeah, go through and check them out. Now, when you click on this one, like for the president and vice president, you get this screen, which means, you do have to use it responsibly. You can't use them for like unlawful purposes, commercial purposes, etc., but you can get these reports, and anyone can get these reports. Okay? So I wanted to leave these links down below so you could get them. This one is for the presidential candidates, and this was just released, I believe. Oh, yeah, here it says 01/06/2020. These are for presidential candidates, and it has quite a list here, as you can see. And, of course, Mike Pence is on it because he is a vice presidential candidate, and Donald Trump down here and everything. So these are reports on them. If you go through and you click on them, this is what you'll get. And this is a form that you have to fill out. And you tell them what it is. There are all kinds of agencies that you could get these reports from. So even if you want to get reports on other things, you can do that. It's amazing what information is out there in our government, but we just don't know about it. At least most of us don't. And so you do have to fill in all this information, and you can voluntarily tell them this, but here are the warnings again that you can't use it for unlawful purposes and so forth. And then you get your request. It says somewhere. It said it'll be at 1 to 2 days, I think. Yeah, your request should be processed within 1 to 2 days. So there you go. You can get that. Anyone can get it. And if you look at this list, I thought this was really interesting. I didn't pull it up, but if you click on this, it gives you a list of like regular people that are included in this because they work for the government. So, you know, a lot of the information's out there. We just have to go through it. And of course, we know that a lot of the monies have been channeled to their relatives, so it's not directly to them, and it might not show up on these forms. And something that Rush Limbaugh once said is that when these people who are professional politicians, I guess is the best way of saying it, people that are used to being politicians, they planned on being politicians, they are career politicians like Nancy Pelosi and so forth, those people, they work on their financial statements to make sure that there's nothing fishy in them. And see, this is one thing that I never understood why, you even want them, because let's face it, the left wants Donald Trump's, tax information and everything. But, what do they expect to find? Do they expect to find, oh, here's where he got money from, Putin? I mean, it's really stupid when you think about it, because it's like, if he was doing anything wrong, he wouldn't put it on his taxes. And that's the thing with all these politicians that are getting kickbacks and things like that. They don't put it on their tax information, the information that they have to submit to the government. So it's kind of silly of us to think that it would be there. But yeah, there are suspicious things in some of their relatives. Anyway, let's go on. This clip right here, POTUS tweeted it. Let's see, on the 6th. And this entire thing you need to watch. It's 9.5 minutes long. This is excellent, folks. It is totally excellent. And remember, even if you don't have a Twitter account, just click on the link. I'll put this link down below and in the description. You may have to click a little box or a arrow or a triangle or something to make it pop open, but it'll be down there in the description. And this video, Jesse lays it all out, and he does it wonderfully. So yeah, it's no wonder that Trump retweeted it, because this is excellent. This needs to be shared far and wide. Everybody needs to see it. And then I just thought I'd give you a little laugh here. Mike Huckabee has such a great sense of humor. I get his news emails, newsletter thing, and I just love his sense of humor. And this is one of the things. There was an article. Here's the article. Madonna leaves U.S., moves to socialist Portugal to protest Trump. And it's like, Mike Huckabee says, "Oh no, America's doomed. How will our country survive without its spiritual mother, the ever saintly Madonna?" Oh, yeah. So I'm saying good riddance. Goodbye. I'm not sad about that one. It's like, I wish more would join her. But poor Portugal. I feel bad for the people of Portugal. Anyway, here's a Gateway Pundit article that I thought I'd bring up to you. I know some of you are from Australia, and those fires are really, really bad, and we're keeping you in our prayers. But look at this. The police working on premise that arsonists started bushfires in Australia. 200 people arrested so far. 85% of fires blamed on humans. Kind of helps you put things in perspective, doesn't it? And 25 people have been killed and hundreds of millions of animals have perished in the blazes. This is just, it's insane. I mean, it's horrible that this is going on. And of course, the environmentalists were quick to blame global warming, but it's not. This is not it. It was arsonists that were starting it. And a big portion of them were under 25, I think. I can't remember. I saw it somewhere. I don't remember where it was. So maybe not in that article, but somewhere I saw that the majority of them were young people. And so 200 people arrested. That is just insane. So anyway, I thought I'd let you know on that. And then this has been causing a lot of, people just getting all up in the air and everything. This is Don Jr.'s Instagram, and of course, you know, with him holding the gun, and the people on Instagram are not being nice. So, yeah, that's the way it works. Anyway, and it's just they can't stand it. I guess just the sight of guns, you know, upsets them or something. I don't know. But anyway, this is an article on Zero Hedge about Bruce Orr, that he covered up anti-Trump crusade to distribute Steele dossier. He was told by his handler ahead of time that Steele was not reliable. And I'm pretty sure his handler was Pientka, which I've had several videos on Pientka by now. So over the last several months. But Pientka is listed, he's identified in the IG report on FISA abuse as, I can't remember it again. Special Agent SSA. I don't know. Special Agent 1 is what he is. I'm sorry, folks. I really am. I'm a little just out of things today. The tooth extraction took a lot more out of me than I thought, and I'm still dealing with that. Makes it unpleasant to talk for long, which I'm starting to get to the end here. Not much longer. Anyway, so this is a really good article that you need to read to find out that even though Orr knew that Steele was not reliable, he still was the person to disseminate that information. So this was an interesting thing that when one of the Anons brought up, that this Framingham officer died from a battle with cancer. But look who this guy was down here. In 2011, he arrested Barack Obama's uncle after Obama hit him, after the uncle hit Cristal's police cruiser at a stop sign. So very interesting that he came down with cancer suddenly. And, you know, it's not unusual, but this Anon suggests that it could have been like, you know, a way to get rid of him or something, because that did cause a lot of problems for the Obama administration. So I just thought I would share that with you. And this poor guy, he lost his young daughter to cerebral palsy shortly after the arrest. And now, you know, he's been taken out of the scene. So now he has 2 young surviving children. So very sad, but you know, he did what was right. And we know that. All right. This is a tweet by Sarah Huckabee Sanders. And there is a parody account out there for her. And it's Huckabee. So if you see the Huckabee, you know that's not her. And so, but this one is from her. As Democrats waste their time harassing President Trump is killing the world's most dangerous terrorists. I thought that was really, you know, good of her to say that. And of course, you know, the naysayers are just, you know, coming at her and attacking her and everything still. And then this is the last one I want to share with you. This is Chelsea Clinton has gotten $9 million from corporate board position. Yeah, gee, probably because her last name is Clinton. So, yeah, this is a whole article here. And there's a little video that goes with it if you want to watch the video. And, but yeah, she's had since 2011, she's earned $9 million for being on a board and of an internet investment company. So very interesting that, you know, she gets all this money, and yeah, what's she really doing? Clinton's public profile has proved a valuable commodity. Yeah, she earned $600,000 working as a special correspondent for NBC News, and so yeah. Oh, but hey, who your parents are doesn't make a difference, right? Well, anyway, just wanted to share all that with you. And again, I'm really sorry that I'm kind of out of things, but I wanted to get a video out. I've been wanting to do one, but the mouth and everything hasn't cooperated. And yes, the microphone is still broken. Let me put in a picture of what it's supposed to look like and what the piece actually looks like right now. I just haven't had time. I'm going to try some E6000. I've got about 3 or 4 options you guys have given me to try, but I just haven't felt like it. Hopefully tomorrow I'll feel up to trying to put that together. All right. So I want to thank you all for all of your support, and I hope I'll start to feel better in the near future. So that's what I've got for you on this one. I want to thank you for stopping by, and I'll see y'all later.